Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. So, as some of you may be aware, the US women's rugby team won the bronze medal in epic fashion with a walk-off score, probably the biggest moment in US rugby history, men's or women's. And there's something else I want to talk about with regard to that. But first, if you didn't see it, just because it was awesome, I want to I want to show you this play. This is the end of the match. The US right now in a scramble all the way down at their own end. And here we go, starting up. And excuse me, I'm just gonna bowl over you. And my goodness, that's some separation speed right there. Absolutely fantastic, epic, epic way to win a bronze medal. Of course, they're all going crazy. Now, I want to get down to, let me see, because I want to show you if we can get to it. Let me see. Right about, okay, right about here. That is Ilona Maher. Ilona Maher. Ilona. I think she says Ilona. Which is who we're going to talk about right this moment because we're going to go right into this because this is absolutely ridiculous. What is wrong with us? So this is only about 40 seconds long. I want to play this for you. I want you to hear this entire thing.
To be very real here for a second. As you can probably tell, I've been crying a little bit. I always get these comments, but like recently it kind of ramped up. Was I get comments being called a man and being called masculine and asking if I'm on steroids. There will always be negative people out there, and they put women in a box, and they think of women should be fragile and petite and quiet and meek. But that's not the case. Women can be strong, and they can have broad shoulders, and they can take up space, and they can be big. I think I'm getting emotional because I feel very passionate about this. Don't let anybody try to define or dictate how you feel about yourself. You get to decide that. I'm gonna be very real here for a second. As you can probably tell,
Okay, so this is yeah, this is disgusting. I mean, this is one of those things that for me, and I've had this conversation with many people. Yeah, there are great things about social media. This being one, connecting with all of you and reading all of your comments and starting to recognize names and people that, go out of their way when I bring it up to just go in and say anything in the comments to help me out and support the channel so that YouTube will show the videos to other people and just little things like that. Or like in the last video. And by the way, for those of you that don't know, I didn't mention it if you saw the last video. My mother, 100% German. Okay. And I was not sure how to pronounce that name, and I did get it wrong. She would be so disappointed in me. But some of you, and you weren't nasty, you weren't mean. You actually just said, hey, you said it wrong. Here's how you said it. And you tried to, give it to me in a way that I would know and things like that. And that's the great part about it. A lot of people get to connect that wouldn't otherwise do so. However, there is also, unfortunately, the downside, and you get idiots who are just absolutely miserable, miserable human beings who want to make everyone else miserable too. And because they're on the internet and they don't have to see these people face to face, because I guarantee you they're not saying this to her face to face. They have to just be nasty, horrible, horrible human beings. And one thing I wanted to show now, you know what? I've never seen anywhere where he said it. So, by the way, if you do know if this is just made up or he actually said it, please let me know in the comments below. But every time something like this comes up, I'm reminded of this attributed to Mike Tyson. Social media made y'all way too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face for it. I love that quote. And it is true. It goes back to what I just said. So many of the things that people say online and on social media like this is they would never do it face to face. They would never do it face to face. Um, I did find a couple of comments in search of what, what was happening. I think a lot probably got deleted because they, put it on her Instagram or her TikTok and so forth. And I did find a couple, and they're nasty, and so I'm not gonna share them. But one thing I would share, because she went off, that this is kind of funny too. She put in their place. She says, "I." This is someone's comment. Who says, "I bet that person has a 30% BMI." First of all, they're trying to put her down. Um, it's not 30%. It would just be 30. So you're twice the idiot that you portray yourself as. And she makes really good points in here. And I will just say real quick for those that know, as someone who's been involved in fitness and done fitness training with people and athletic training and this and that, this is one of the dumbest things to ever happen. Please don't pay attention to stuff like this. Do your own research. I mean, the food pyramid that we had for the longest time was terrible. BMI is terrible. It doesn't take into consideration body composition, which is the most just incredibly important. So you get like bodybuilders would be considered obese by BMI. NFL linebackers, maybe even some safeties, depending on their size, they'd be considered obese. Um, eh, I'll make this really simple for you. Let's say you add 20 pounds, like say you are a little bit overweight, right? You're out of shape. You get into the gym, you work hardcore, you add 20 pounds of muscle, you lose 10 pounds of fat. You will look so different and so much better, but your BMI will have actually gone up. How dumb is that? But anyway, let's listen to this because she roasts this commenter pretty good. It's kind of funny.
Thank you for this comment. I think you were trying to roast me, but this is actually a fact. I do have a BMI of 30. Well, 29.3 to be more exact. I've been considered overweight my whole life. In middle school, elementary school, high school, I was always considered overweight. I remember vividly one time in high school, I did turn in a physical to the office, and right at the bottom of the page, it said overweight. And I was so embarrassed to turn that in and to have that written there. So my whole life I've been this way. I chatted with my dietitian because I go off of, facts and not just what pops up here, like you do. And we talked about BMI, and we talked about how it really isn't helpful for athletes. BMI doesn't tell you much. It just tells you what your height and weight and what that equals. I've said it before, I'm 5'10", 200 pounds. And I have this is an estimate, but about 170 pounds of lean mass on me. Do that math in your head, you probably can't. That's pretty crazy, right? And that BMI doesn't really tell you what I can do. It doesn't tell you what I do on the field, how fit I am. It's just a couple numbers put together. It doesn't tell you how much muscle I have or anything like that. So, yeah, I do have a BMI of 30. I am considered overweight. But alas, I'm going to the Olympics and you're not.
But anyway, I just wanted to share that because it really, really kind of ticked me off to see people going after her for her looks in searching stuff for comments. I saw another one where somebody went after Katie Ledecky, the US swimmer, as well, who's of course not jacked like this. By the way, like for me, just in thinking of athletes in the sport, like you know what she looks like? An elite rugby player. That's what she looks like. I mean, you know, they're all different kinds of body types, and you have certain body types that work better for certain sports. Go look at women weightlifters or power lifters compared to, say, volleyball players. Along this line, you have women like Ronda Rousey or Gina Carano, and they look fantastic. They may look different than what you might expect as the stereotype or what you might find attractive, but that doesn't make them any less of a woman. It's certainly because I'm guessing, I could be wrong, but I'm guessing most of the nasty comments are coming from pathetic little soy boys. And so, yes, I can understand why they might throw the masculine comment out because they're certainly more masculine than the little boys making the comments. I think we can all agree with that. I think this is one of those things that we can all band together on and how ridiculous and stupid it is. And all these fools should be getting absolutely roasted for acting this way. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm 100% with Mike Tyson. I love this quote. It is so true. People do not people do not get hit in the face enough. And I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. I'm not advocating any violence. I'm just going by this quote that, my point being, people aren't making these comments face to face, and they get way too comfortable with the amount of time spent on social media. And this woman right here, because should be doing nothing but enjoying an epic celebration for this amazing run in the Olympics and this amazing victory and that incredible ending to that match to get a bronze medal in the freaking Olympics. And instead, she's got to take the time, as you could see in the first video, very upset. She's got to take the time to post this because all of the nastiness being thrown her way for no reason. How does it affect your life that for her to play rugby that you have to take your time to go online to post nasty comments? It's so ridiculous. What is wrong with us? My lord, idiocracy, it really is just was telling the future, although I think it might actually be better than what I'm seeing from these fools now. But anyway, I know that might be a little bit off topic in terms of sports, but I just had to get that out there. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for checking out this video. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and I will talk to you later.